clock strikes 12. The clock strikes 12 and it's time for lunch with Leslie. Hey everybody, this is Leslie from GoToKitchens.com and you are watching Splat. You're watching Splat. He's right there. This is all you get to see today. No, I'm totally kidding. How are you guys doing today? Around. How are you guys doing? It is Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday of the new year. Everybody's making about, hi, this Splat. Hello, Splat. Hello. How are you, Sonia? Hey, Rosemary. It's good to see you live on here today. Hey, Lisa. I think I just saw Janice jump in. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. Hi. It's good to see you here. We're going to talk about pineapples today. I told you yesterday that I had no idea, like no clue whatsoever what I was going to talk about today. And so, I know, right? He needs his own voice. Edison has his own voice. You guys have never heard me do the Edison voice, but I talk for Edison and it's hilarious. Yeah, it's good to see you, Rosemary. I've seen you a couple times today. Hey, Jen, it's good to see you. Okay, so here we go. Here he is. Splat is in the house. And we are actually cooking again today. I'm kind of addicted to cooking in the kitchen now. I mean, I haven't done a lot in my office because I have a lot of things that I want to show you guys. And as we discuss topics and as we talk about what's coming next and everything, I find myself wanting to be in the kitchen more and more with you guys. So today we are actually going to talk. I know, right? It's very proprietary voice that he has. Edison has a very proprietary voice. It cracks Robin up though when I do it. So, but we are going to talk about pineapples today and why in the world you should be buying this delicious, amazing fruit. There is so many good things in this package for you. It's quite frankly, it's not very attractive. Actually, I think pineapples are beautiful, but it is so good for you. We're going to talk all about that. So let me introduce myself. My name is Leslie. I have a website, GoToKitchens.com. There is nothing for sale over at GoToKitchens.com. I'm not trying to sell you the thing. The only thing that I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health, and that is what Go-To Kitchens is all about, is buying into your own health via a pineapple. So you guys can share. I'm going to ask you one time if you would share out to your followers. There's a little white ball-headed guy right down here in the corner. If you would just tap him right on top of his head, you have an option to share out on Facebook, Twitter, and with your followers here at Periscope. And I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you guys so much. I will not ask you again. You can do that throughout the broadcast. If you're new to me and you don't know if you want to share yet, I totally understand. But hopefully you'll want to share at some point. So hello, Lita. Oh my gosh, I have so many amazing live people with me here today. Of course, you're all alive because you're here, but you're here live with me and I'm so excited. Some of you haven't seen in quite a while live, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I see lots of people jumping in. Everybody welcome. Thank you to all the replay viewers. Thank you guys so much. Yes, peace and light to you too. Thank you for that wonderful blessing. So we're going to talk about this beautiful tropical fruit. But first, I'm going to tell you a story. So here's a story. You ready? I love telling stories. So here's a story. So Robin and I spend a lot of time on the North Shore of Oahu. And one of my absolute favorite things on the North Shore of Oahu is to, as we're driving out of Honolulu, we're coming over, I can't remember the highway. I think it's 2 or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're driving over this highway and you leave Honolulu and all of a sudden you're kind of in the country because the North Shore of Oahu is considered the country. And all of a sudden you're in the country. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And you're coming up on the Dole Plantation. And around the Dole Plantation is just tons and tons. Some of you have been on this drive, I bet, are tons and tons and tons of pineapple fields. And I love the warm sea air, this beautiful smell. I immediately roll down the windows and we drive through these fields, and especially if the pineapples are blooming, so they actually have a lot of fruit on the plant itself. It smells like heaven. It's like they've piped in the smell. It's like you're in Hawaii and now you smell pineapples because that's what you're supposed to smell. It smells so amazing. It is one of my favorite journeys in all of the planet. I have been all over the world. I have seen many, many things, and one of my favorite things ever is driving over this hill, seeing the Dole Plantation over on the right-hand side, and then pineapple fields all around it, and you can see the ocean off in the distance, and when it's big wave season, you can see the big white waves waves crashing in, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And that is my favorite pineapple experience. My second favorite pineapple experience is the pineapple stands that are all over. They have fruit stands all over the North Shore of Oahu. I would say, reasonably speaking, that most people there are quite healthy because they're outdoors all the time. They're in the sun all the time. They eat very healthy. They eat very wholesome. And it is, I know, it is one of my favorite places ever. We go there at least once a year, sometimes twice a year. We absolutely love the North Shore of Oahu. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet for you to say that. So I try to, actually. It's my goal always to paint a really great picture for you guys. So, but they cut up the pineapples and they sell them chilled. So you get like this whole chilled pineapple that's already have all the skin removed off of it. And they just give you the big giant piece, and it's up to you to cut off what you want. Amazing. It is so good. It is so, so good. So good. So, and then I will tell you that I did some filming while we were in Hawaii. I filmed a couple of episodes. I know, it's true. Although it's pineapple season right now, and pineapples are amazing and they're super cheap. If you don't know, if you look in your grocery store right now, I'm telling you, pineapples are super, super cheap. So go check it out in your grocery store. See if they're on sale. I got 99-cent pineapples. They were 99 cents a piece. So amazing, right? Amazing. So yes. And then very soon on I know, right? I bought 3. I was like, I'm buying three. I'm just going to freeze them, chop them up, freeze them, because I use them all the time. So I'm probably going to buy some more before that sale goes off this week sometime. So coming up on Go-To Kitchens, if you've not visited, still cheaper. Absolutely. There you go. $1.29. See, awesome, awesome, awesome. So you can ferment pineapple, actually. It gets kind of alcoholic because of all the fruit sugar, but you can do that. So here we go. On Go-To Kitchens, if you've never been to my website, please go check it out. GoToKitchens.com. Go2 kitchens.com. We actually make a fermented drink. You guys are talking about fermentation, but I make a fermented drink with the pineapple rinds, and we'll talk about that briefly, but we won't go into detail. There's the website. Thank you, Lolita, for putting that up there. There's the website. Please go check it out. Everything on there is absolutely free. Even VIP access is completely free. You sign up to become a VIP. All you need is an email address. Just confirm it. You'll get a link to a private Facebook page and a link to a book that I've written, How to Fall in Love with Your Kitchen and Yourself. Whew. Okay, now relax. Everybody take a deep breath and relax. We're going to talk about pineapples now. So there are a lot of... yay, good for you, Victoria. Woohoo! We're going to do a SCOBY watch. Here's SCOBY over here. We're going to do a SCOBY watch just after we finish pineapples. So they have amazing properties. If you eat a pineapple, let's say you ate this whole pineapple. First of all, I don't recommend that. There's a lot of sugar in here. But let's say you ate it over like 3 days, okay? So you ate this pineapple over 3 days. You are getting 130% of your daily allowance of vitamin C. What the hey-ho? That is a lot of vitamin C in this fruit right here. If you ate a whole one, you would get 130% of your daily allowance of vitamin C. Why do we need vitamin C, you might be asking? Why do we need vitamin C? You need vitamin C because it actually works as a immune booster. It actually it helps boost your immune. So if I am sick or I feel like I'm coming down with a cold, one of the first things I do is I grab my bottle of vitamin C and start taking vitamin C. Now, if you're taking a supplement, you need to be a little bit careful because it will give you poopy butt, or you can't go to the bathroom. I'm whispering that because nobody wants to talk about it, but it will. It will do that. Taking too much vitamin C could actually cause blood in the stool, and you don't want that. But getting it naturally in fruits and vegetables is actually one of the best ways to do it. But if you want to boost your immune quickly, you can do a supplement, but this also will help. I know, sometimes I say things and I'm like, did I really just say that? But I whispered it, so it was better. But this right here, getting your vitamin C naturally is really the best way to do it. And it helps fortify your immune system over time. Yes, there you go. Oh my gosh. Let's not make that a hashtag, okay? How about hashtag no poopy butt? I think that's much better. So it's inflammation busting in the system. It helps fight cancer because it lowers inflammation in the body. Well, that's good. It's actually it actually, people use it. So vitamin C is really, really good for your skin. So if you are fighting or battling dry skin, and a lot of us are this time of year, if you're fighting and battling dry skin, it is actually really, really good for the skin. You can just make a pineapple mask. It's a terrible thing to waste a pineapple that way. Well, you could eat it, I guess, after, but you could make a scrub or a mask with sugar and pineapple and scrub your face with it. And the vitamin C in there is actually really, really great for inflammation. It's great for puffy eyes. It's good for dry skin. You could actually add a little puree to your shampoo. It's good for dry scalp that a lot of us get this time of year. So it is amazing, amazing properties. We'll get to bromelain in just a second. So it's actually, vitamin C is part of what's helped fighting the inflammation, but bromelain as well, absolutely. There's tons of fiber, so you know how fibrous a pineapple is. When you bite into it, how fibrous it is. I used to hate pineapple. I'm telling you, you cannot make me eat pineapple because of the texture. I thought it was so disgusting because of the texture. I was like, ooh, it's weird and I don't like it. I would have it in a smoothie, but I never wanted to eat it. But now I've learned to eat it. I've had to teach I have had to teach myself things to learn to like things and learn to get over my weird habits and my weird problems of textures of foods. And so slowly but surely I learned how to eat it. I like a banana. I used to never be able to like peel a banana and just eat it. It grossed me out to bite into it. I don't know why. I'm a freak. It was weird, but I did. I couldn't do it. I used to have to slice my bananas up. That's the only way I could eat it. Like a child, I had to slice my bananas up. So same problem with pineapple. Biting into it, it was weird for me. So, but now I love it and I eat it routinely, especially when it's fresh like it is right now. It is also super high in potassium. It's one of the highest fruits right alongside bananas. It has a ton of potassium in it. Super, super good for you. What's potassium good? Actually, the potassium in this is found in the bromelain that we were talking about. Somebody mentioned bromelain. It actually helps fight blood clotting in the body. It reduces the risk of stroke and heart attacks and all kinds of things. So potassium is amazing for the body. A lot of people that are diagnosed with clotting problems, a lot of people that are diagnosed with heart trouble, they actually are low in potassium. And so that is something that you want to keep on top of and make sure. And if you're eating whole real foods, you're getting enough potassium in your day. But yes, this has a really good benefit of that. It also helps your brain. I love this part. I love, love, love. There is an amino acid called tryptophan, and it actually helps promote the serotonin in the brain. So production of serotonin in the brain. So tryptophan actually helps promote serotonin in the brain. All these big fancy words, ignore those. Just know that it helps promote serotonin. So thank you so much, St. Louis. Thank you, thank you. I love that you say we. Who's we? Thank you so much. But it helps. Serotonin is your happy hormone. Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here, Sandy. It actually helps me and your I love it. Thank you. That's awesome. Hi, coworkers. Hi, everybody in St. Louis. I love St. Louis. It's one of my favorite cities to eat in. You guys have amazing restaurants. Tryptophan, is that what's in turkey? Yes, I think it is actually. A lot of people think it makes you sleepy, right? No, that's something else. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that questions. Come on out and visit, right? I know, I need to make it. It is. Okay, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody's like, yes, 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 yes. Okay, so yes, it is. But it actually, in this with the bromelain, it actually helps trigger your happy hormones. So it can help beat anxiety. It can help beat depression. It can help beat all of those types of brain. It actually helps stimulate the brain and makes you happy. So it's the happy fruit. It's like a SCOBY. Happy. That's my SCOBY's name. If you don't know what a SCOBY is, stick around. You'll find out. So yes, yes, for those wild cases of scurvy, yes, vitamin C can help with that. Oh my gosh, you guys, everybody's surrounded around St. Louis. Maybe I'll come to St. Louis and we'll have a big St. Louis party. That'd be awesome. Totally doing that. So yes, it helps with that. It helps. We already talked about this, but let's talk a little bit more about the bromelain. So bromelain actually helps, scurvy's on the rise. It's all those pirates out there. Is that true? Okay, I see. I'm making fun, and you're being completely honest. Come to Vegas. I'm in Vegas a lot, actually. That's right. That's. That's hi, Marcy, by the way. It's good to see you. Okay, a couple people in here. If you're not following Evan at Summers Wellness, please follow him. If you're not following Fit Mouse Marcy, please please follow Fit Mouse Marcy. They're both incredible scopers. I highly, highly recommend them. Marcy is actually on a health journey to become a vegan, and it's beautiful to watch her process. Plus, she does all kinds of other types of lowdowns, like giving you the lowdown on an infrared spa and stuff like that. She just did that scope a couple days ago. Evan is an essential oils expert. If you're not following him, please follow Evan. He's amazing, and if you want to know anything about essential oils, he's your guy. I stopped talking about essential oils because Evan is so good at it. There he is with all the thumbs up and the smiley faces. That is. And there is Marcy, the lowdown. Those two people you should be following. You should click on their names and follow them. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You'll be so excited to see their scopes. And they're really daily scopers, so you can catch their show routinely. And there is Liam, my nerdy acupunk. If you're not following Liam, please follow Liam. Liam is amazing. Liam is a doctor. He is an acupuncturist. He has some, if you want more medical information, if you want more scientific type stuff than I throw down, it's true. Then please follow Liam. He is awesome at that, and he broadcasts on several channels as well. So follow Liam. Okay, there, commercial's done. Back to pineapples. So the bromelain is found in the core of the pineapple. Raise your hand if you take the core out of your pineapple. Raise your hand, be honest. You're a nerd. You are a nerd, and I love it. I love that about you. Raise your hand if you take the core out of your pineapple. Look at that, taking the cores out. I know, it's my favorite too, Liam. I love it. I told you not to. That's right. Okay, so the core is where you're going to find most of the bromelain. So, excuse me. You chew on the core. So the core is actually where you're going to find most of the bromelain. So if you don't want to eat the core, I totally understand. But save the core and put it in your smoothies. It's actually perfect to stick down in your smoothies. And we're going to show you a smoothie today, a super fast smoothie. So yes. And yes, you keep the core for your tempeche. Absolutely, absolutely. Tempeche is a fermented drink that you use when you take the skin off of your pineapple. You actually ferment the outside of the pineapple with a little bit of the meat, and it makes an amazing, amazing drink. So the bulk of it, you get bromelain throughout the pineapple, but the core is actually where most of the bromelain is. So you don't want to ignore the core. Don't ignore the core. Be the core. So that actually helps heal joints. So when I went in for my breast cancer surgery, when I had my lumpectomy, I know, right? It gets addictive. You're like, oh, don't throw that away. Oh, I got to keep that. So for those of you who do not know me, I have a trashy veggie stock on my, be the core. I have trashy veggie stock on my website. It is a vegetable stock that you make from trash that you would normally throw away. And so if you want to check that out, you just look up trashy veggie stock on my website. So okay, so when I went in for my breast cancer surgery, by the way, I'm a breast cancer survivor, if you're not familiar with that. 3 years, baby, 3-year cancer survivor. My naturopath actually gave me bromelain to support my body. So they gave me bromelain. Thank you. Woohoo, I agree. They gave me bromelain to support my body and help my body heal faster from what was about to happen to it. So about 2 weeks before I went in for surgery, they actually gave me bromelain, and I took a supplement. Now, this is not something, do not run out and buy a bromelain supplement, okay? This is not something that you should be taking. You can really kind of mess with your body, so don't do that. But if you're going in for surgery or you have an injury like an ankle, like you twisted your ankle, or you, pulled your joints, your elbow out of socket or something like that, is actually really, really good to help your body promote that healing in your body. Now, I can tell you, did the bromelain work? You should all be asking, did it work? Did you heal fast? What happened? I had been fortifying my body for a month before my surgery with fruits and vegetables and real whole foods and lots of healthy fats. And I had switched my diet completely. In fact, I'd become a total food Nazi about food. And so I had switched and I was taking my bromelain. Thank you. What happened? Thank you for saying that. Valerie. So yes, it helped so tremendously. I had a surgery. They took a golf ball size piece out of my breast. My tumor was not that big, but they have to take what they call margins. So it's a golf ball size, so about that big. Look at, okay, they took about that big out of my left breast right over here. It was very close to the skin. They took that out. They took out 4 lymph nodes, which I would never have done again. If you want more information about that, I can talk to you, but I would never have lymph nodes removed again, cancerous or not. But they took 4 lymph nodes out of my armpit. That was actually the worst part, is taking those out, because they had to go really deep inside my body to get them out. They took 4 out plus that tumor, and I was at work the next day. So what do you think? What do you think? I no painkillers, no nothing. I went to bed that night. I woke up the next morning and I was like, I'm going to work. And Robin's like, no, you're not. I was like, I'm totally going to work. I got up, I got dressed, I went to work. At that time, I was working at our antique shop, which we used to have, which we don't. It did work. And within 4 weeks, my stitches had totally dissolved. My scar, all the bruising from the surgery was completely gone, and my breast looked almost normal. I mean, you could still see the redness from the scar, but within 4 weeks, my body, and I had no pain. And so I never took a painkiller, never once. So my body healed very, very fast from that surgery. In fact, my best friend, I know she was so sick of seeing my boob, and I was like, every week I'm like, look at this. Can you believe I was showing her my boob? And to this day, you cannot see where I had the surgery. I'm not going to show you my boob. Show boob. No, I'm kidding. So it is amazing. It is totally amazing. But where my scar is, where they took that out, you cannot even see the scar. So I did not have any lymphedema issues either. So lymphedema comes from when they remove the lymph nodes. He's asking about lymphedema. Show Bob's. That's right. Be careful, Liam. You'll get blocked. Don't block Liam. Everybody do not block open pineapple, right? So, but yeah, so it was pretty tremendous. But lymphedema is when you have too many lymph nodes removed. I know. It's a joke, people. It's a joke. And you can actually get, because it's not supplying lymphatic fluid to other parts of your body, which you have them everywhere, then you can get lymphedema. And so it's like a blockage of lymphatic fluids. So yes, and that's a whole nother scope. One day we will talk about lymphatic fluids. I'm actually going to have my friend Annette come on and talk to you guys about lymphatic exercises to give your lymph system a good workout. So we'll talk about that at another date, at another time. Okay, let's show you how I cut a pineapple. We need to move the camera. You have lymphedema, do you? You need to get a rebounder. Do you have a rebounder? Rebounders are those little trampolines that you jump on. If you do not have one, go get yourself one. It will make a huge difference. Jump on it every single day. You don't even have to spread your legs and do normal jumping jacks. Just get on it and bounce. Just bounce a little bit and move your hands up and down. Make circular motions like this. It will help move that lymphatic fluid. So yes, and then a massage as well of the area that you think the blockage is. Massaging that area regularly will help. So yes, absolutely. See, Lolita, you can, yeah, it's an amazing, it'll make an amazing difference, I promise. All right, so here's my pineapple, my 99 cents. It was 99 cents. Sorry, little Macklemore there. So this is how it is painful, and I'm sorry that you have it. It's very, very painful. I understand. What? I know. 98 cents, actually, not even 99 cents, 98-cent pineapples. I know, right here in Colorado. There are no pineapple plants around here, trust me, so it was 99 cents. All right, so this is how I cut my pineapples. You may do it differently. That's completely fine. This is just how I do mine. So this is not like a chef's way to do it or anything. I know, right? I know. It's so cheap. It's great. Kroger. We have King Super here, but it's a Kroger grocery store, so yeah. I know. I bought a ton. I bought 3. This is one that I haven't cut up yet, so I've been saving it for you guys. So I cut the bottom just like that. Clean cut. About, I don't know, about just a little bit in ways, just a little bit, so I know that I'm going to get past the icky part of the core. And then I cut the top off. Now then, if you cut this off a little bit deeper, where you leave a little bit more pineapple flesh, you can actually, apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently you can stick this in some water. It will sprout. You can just stick it right down in some, once it starts sprouting, you can actually stick it in the dirt and you will grow your own pineapple. What in the world? I'm totally doing it this summer. We are going to grow a pineapple right here on Go-To Kitchens because I want my own pineapple plant. And yes, and only one pineapple. So one pineapple produces one plant produces one pineapple per plant. So you don't get like 20 pineapples. Yeah, amazing, right? We're going to totally try it. Amazing. So I'm going to set that aside because I will use that. I will use both pieces of that. Yes, I know, it's super cool. So you need a very sharp knife, by the way. I highly recommend that you have a sharp, this is one of my kitchen tips that I say all the time, a sharp chef's knife. If this is the only knife you have in your kitchen, I know it'd be super fun, for real. So you can learn how to do it on the web. I see it all over the place. But if this is the only thing, the only kitchen tool that I highly recommend, not this particular brand even, this is a Shun, but not even this brand, is a sharp chef's knife. Keeping it sharp, keeping one. This is actually an 8-inch chef's knife, and this is really one of the best tools if you are eating a healthy diet, because you are going to be doing a lot of chopping and slopping and throwing things around, maybe. So with the chef's knife, I'm going to start right at the corner, and I'm going to make a bow just like the shape of the pineapple. I'm going to make a bow right down the side of the pineapple. See how sharp my knife is and how quickly it goes through there? I barely have to saw. Sharp knife is really handy for this, and I just take all the skin off of and see how thin I can get? Look how thin I can get when I do that. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Somebody had a big comment and I just missed it. I'm sorry. If you want to type it back in, you're welcome to. There's a big one though. I totally missed it. I'm sorry. Yeah, so just bow right down the side of the pineapple. And then I just go back and I clean it up a little bit. So if I'm going to put it in a smoothie, I actually don't clean it up a whole lot because you can't tell. So yeah, but I do clean it up just a little bit. Just taking off some of those little eyes. Don't cut its eyes off. No! Don't cut my eyes off. Just cutting out some of those little brown spots. And this is if I'm going to eat it raw, which we are going to do with this pineapple. See these two right here? I would just run my knife across those, always away from you, never towards you, and just cut those off. You can get a super thin slice like that. So I'm going to save all of my skins because I actually ferment these and make a drink called Tempeche with it. It is not on my website. I apologize for that. It's actually because I've not perfected it, and I'm still working on perfecting it. I still can't get the perfect ferment on there, so I don't want to share the recipe until I actually, you could freeze them, absolutely, until I absolutely have that. So yeah, I know. Yummy. Pineapple is so good for so many things. And so that sounds amazing, Liam. Yeah. So, so then you're going to do just slices straight down. Again, if you have a sharp knife, it's going to cut through that core perfectly perfect. Let me see if I can get the light right. Come on, light. See that beautiful core? That right there is where, Tempeche is to drink. So, but that right there is where all the bromelain, not all of it, but a lot of the bromelain is sitting. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful pineapple. So if I'm going to freeze this, which I'm going to do, well, actually, no, this one's to eat, for Robin and I to eat. I have tons in the freezer right now. So I'm just going to slice these up. You could do whatever you want to with it, quite frankly, at this point, but this is what I do with it. I'm going to slice these up. Then if I freeze them, I will show you. Hold on. I'm actually going to use some of my frozen pineapple in this smoothie that I'm going to make here. But I freeze them and I cut them in half moons. You see that? I just cut that circle in half again, and that goes in my blender really nicely. So yes, and so this is my these are the other two pineapples that I've already cut up. I know, absolutely. Absolutely, and you have super fresh pineapple that you've frozen, so amazing. Yes. So if I'm going to not, if I'm not going to have it, if I'm going to discard the core because I'm just going to eat it, I actually just go around the core making square slices like this, and then I can just chunk it At that point, not chunk it like throw it away, but get rid of it. No, I don't well, you could if you're going to cook with it, but I actually put it in the smoothie frozen, which we're going to do in just a second. And then you get these beautiful, get off there, get off there. You get these beautiful little slices of pineapple. Be jealous right now, be jealous. These are the best pineapples I've seen in a while. Hey, Lexi, it's good to see you. I say with my mouth full. These are the best pineapples I have had in a long, long time. So then I have, where'd my core go? So then I just have my core left like this. And then I have my core left like this, and I can just throw this into the freezer and use that in my smoothies at a later date. So it'll probably just go in my big bag. So yes, so I'm saving my bromelain pieces to put in smoothies at a later time. Speaking of smoothies, so that's how I cut up my pineapples. So you can or can't do that. It's completely up to you. I'm still eating this because it's really good. But I want to show you, let's put these in my garbage bowl. Put all that in my garbage bowl. If you don't have a garbage bowl, you should have a garbage bowl. Let's turn the camera a little bit more. That's my garbage bowl. And it is, my cup towel is underneath, my hands are all sticky and it's underneath there. Garbage bowls are amazing, are absolutely amazing to keep on your counter so that so that you do not have a bunch of, you can put that right down into your bag for what am I trying to say? Trashy veggie stock. I know, yesterday was crazy. I know. It's because they put me on feature, Lexi. I was a featured Periscope yesterday, and the crazies came out of the woodwork. Everybody's like, what is up with these trolls? You never have trolls. I'm like, I know, it was nuts. It was nuts. So, yes. Crazy day yesterday. It was fun. I got some new followers. So if you were here yesterday and you're here today, thank you. So, yes. Okay, so let's make a quick smoothie. This is super fast. We're actually going to use the coconut milk that we used yesterday. I know. Yeah, no, it was cool. I was really honored. I was like, what? That's awesome. I don't even know how it happened. So anyway, but yes. So we're going to use basically 2 of these large slices of pineapple. So these are just half moons that I've cut in half. That's funny. I know. I am kind of crazy. I'm kind of crazy on my own. Anyway, but we're going to use 4 slices, so half moons in this smoothie. These are kind of partially frozen. The recipe calls for 3 cups, but that is a lot. That would be a giant smoothie. So we're just going to use these few slices. So thank you. That's very sweet of you to say that. I love that. That makes my day that you said that. Then we're going to use the coconut milk that we made yesterday. Can you see all the fat? This is the coconut fat that it has settled to the top of this. That is all the fat of the coconut, and the rest is just the kind of watery stuff underneath it. So every time you use your coconut milk that you make, you can find this recipe on catch.me. I know, it has so much, and this is the second batch. So the first batch is even more that I froze, has even more fat in it. So you're gonna give that a good shake up. And you're going to pour about a cup in here. So about a cup of coconut milk. This is going to be more like a drink than a smoothie. So a cup of coconut milk. So beautiful. It smells so good. Fresh coconut milk smells amazing. You can freeze your coconut milk. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here are my new fancy kitchen shears that I got for Christmas. I love them. They're so beautiful. I love them. They're so sharp. You have to be so careful. So then we're going to put in, are you ready for this? We're going to put in some cilantro. Now the cilantro is going to give it a kick. It is going to give it a super kick to these pineapples. It's going to ramp up the sweetness in the pineapples, and it's going to make it have an amazing flavor. So we're going to do just a nice bunch of, I think I'm getting some parsley in there too, but that's okay. We're going to do a nice bunch of cilantro, some curly parsley in there. So that's, I don't know, how much is that? That's about half a cup. Let's do a little bit more. I actually need it for a cook this week, so I don't want to use it all. But it's good to use it. So we're going to put the cilantro right down in there. And then we're going to grate a little bit of fresh ginger. So here's my ginger. Here's made ginger. She's very nice. Here's my new microplane. Look at that fancy pants microplane. Woohoo! Ooh, it's extra wide. It's so beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Mom and Dad. So, got it for Christmas as well. All my Christmas presents. So happy. So, we're just going to grate a little ginger right down in there. I would say about, I wouldn't do too much. I would do about half a teaspoon right in there. And you just bang it in there. You guys know that I love ginger. So everything that I've put in there right now is so good for your body. It is designed to fight inflammation. It is designed to fortify your body. It's designed to give you healthy fats for beautiful skin and extra energy. It is designed to help your digestion system. Everything that I put in right here right now is good for your digestive system. So if you are having digestion issues, this is an amazing drink for you. Then we're going to put in about half a can or 1 cup of just plain coconut water. This is with the pulp. If you are sensitive and you're new to health and your palate hasn't really developed to these kinds of flavors, I would highly recommend that you maybe put just like half a teaspoon of honey in here. I know you're thinking, oh, sugar. I would recommend that you put about half a teaspoon of honey in here. I don't have to do that. My palate actually enjoys these types of flavors, but if you're new to health, this might be a little shocking for you in flavor profiles. So half a teaspoon of honey will make it a lot easier to go down. What do they say? A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Okay, sorry. Me and Mary Poppins. We're smart like that. But that will help, and it's not going to hurt anything. Don't freak out. All right, so ready? So this is going to go on, and it's going to be loud. If you have in headphones, please mute them or take them out because this gets very loud very fast, and I apologize. But this one will go fast. So I always pulse a couple of times to pull all my ingredients down instead of just turning it on and letting it whiz really fast. I always pulse. See how it pulled all my ingredients down into my blender? That makes a big difference, especially when you're working with light items like parsley or cilantro or anything like that. Rev it up. Just want to let that go for just a second. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Medium flat. I'm totally faking you out. I was doing that on purpose so you'd be like, what? We can't hear you. What? What? In just a second. It smells good already. I know. Sorry. So let's say this. Let's say that you are a soda drinker, or you are a tea drinker, or you're anything, any kind of drinker. I know, no protein in this smoothie. This is more like a drink than a smoothie, quite frankly. It is not thick like a smoothie. This is more like a good drink. You could put protein in it if you were so inclined, though. This is really kind of like a, oh gosh, I forgot the lemon. Hold on. You gotta do a squeeze of lemon in there. Holy cow. Now we're gonna have to do it again. I knew I was forgetting something. Hold on. Stop. Brakes. Brakes. Oh, my lemon looks weird. How weird is that? It's a little bit brown inside. It's going to be fine for this, though. Need a little bit of squeeze of lemon. This actually helps boost up the antioxidant properties and the detoxifying properties in this drink. So, yeah, my lemon is not that good. The juice is fine, though. So just squeeze the juice of half a lemon. Sorry. Back in there. Just going to give it a quick whiz. Just enough to get the lemon in there. So if you wanted to add this to like some soda water, I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about like fizzy carbonated water, like a Perrier or something like that. If you wanted to use that, like half coconut water, half Perrier, that would actually give you a little bit of fizz in there. This is going to help replace things that have fizz to them or have certain flavors. This is something you could sit on your desk and just drink throughout the day. It is totally detoxifying in the system. It is anti-inflammatory in the system, and it aids in digestion in the system. And the system is your body. This helps your body. So amazing, amazing drink. Pretty too. Everybody's going to be like, what are you drinking? It's a conversation piece. Just think about being at work and having this with you. How many people are going to go, what the heck is that? What are you drinking, crazy healthy person? Crazy healthy person. My whole family, see how liquid it is? Sissy, it's more like a drink than a smoothie. And if you have a blender that's better than mine, actually, it is really going to move all of these little cilantro pieces. It's going to like totally make those into nothing. So here's to your health, everybody. It's super good. It has a very robust flavor. You can really taste the cilantro. That's right, gut health. You can really taste the cilantro. You can taste the pineapple. You can taste everything. You can taste the ginger. And when you drink it, it just feels like it's good for you. I know, no mustache. Ooh, that'd be weird, like a big green mustache. It is really yummy. And it is a great gateway into getting rid of some of those flavored waters and flavored teas and all those kinds of things. So yes, very robust. It does actually. It has a really nice flavor. So highly, highly recommend it. I'm going to drink the whole thing actually today. It's going to be my drink of choice today. So healthy fats, lots of green stuff, lots of pineapple. Great, great drink for you. So there you go. I'm done. I'll see you guys later. All right, so let's go on Scobie Watch. Does anybody have any questions about pineapple or smoothies or anything like that? Can I help anybody with anything like that? Type them in right now, and I'm going to get happy and show you how he's doing today. Get happy, clap along. If I'm singing all day today. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. That's very sweet of you. I love that you love my scopes. All right, so here he is. He's in here. Let's see what he's doing today. Let's see what Happy's up to. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Mr. Rogers. How do I know a pineapple is right? That is a great question. So a pineapple is going to, see this golden color? That's a great, great question. I know. Yeah, great, great question, Kat. Very, very good question. So see how this has this yellow right in here and it fades into the darker color up here? When you have a lot of this color right here, you are at the peak of ripeness. That's when they actually get picked in Hawaii for actual consumption in Hawaii. So they're going to use them on the island because they can sell them quickly and they're at the peak of ripeness. So this is absolutely at the peak of ripeness. Anything that has, and I don't have any here, but if it has a lot of green or white in it, then it's still gonna be fine, but it's gonna be harder and firmer inside, which sometimes those are great for freezing. You could smell it too, absolutely. But that is gonna give it the peak of ripeness. It will also be just slightly mushy. So a pineapple is the type of fruit that will continue to ripe as it sits on your counter. Yeah, yes, absolutely. So it is the type of fruit that you can sit on your counter if it's green and it will continue to ripe. So it's still receiving that. Yeah, you can absolutely sniff them. If they have a nice bright smell like a pineapple, they're probably ripe. But I would highly recommend that you just look at the flesh and just touch it. It should be just slightly, it should not be hard as a rock. It should be just slightly mush, not mushy, like you shouldn't be able to stick your finger through it, but it should have a little bit of softness to it. With that nice golden yellow color is going to be the peak of ripeness. So when they're picked perfectly, they will actually, by the time they get to you, they will actually be ripe. The other question you should be asking is if they should be organic or not. So Yeah, it probably would. Like mine has been sitting on the counter. You can see mine has been sitting on the counter, so it's pretty dead. But the inside of my leaves are pretty green. So if you look down inside, the leaves on the outside have actually started to get, dry. Yeah, you can find organic ones, but they're expensive and it's not totally necessary. Pineapples are not totally necessary unless you're making tempeh, which means you're going to be using the skins. So yeah, awesome. Yay, 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 yay. Yeah, so this is, green inside. When they start to get a little brown like this is actually when they start to yellow on the outside. If you pull this out and it comes out super easy, so it like totally falls out in your hand, like that you don't tug it at all, like if you just barely touch it and it pulls out, then your pineapple is probably overripe and is not going to be any good and might taste a little funky even. But if you pull it and it's hard to pull, that one won't come out at all, or you have to give it a tug, then you're in good shape. So yeah. But you want at least some of it, especially down and inside here. That's beautiful. But down inside here, you would like that to be pretty green. And then maybe even a little bit drier on the edges is not a bad thing, because that means it is probably nice and ripe. They hardly ever, they hardly ever let pineapples sit on the plant until they ripe, because they will continue to ripe even after they're picked. So yeah, it's hard to find organic. You can find them in specialty stores typically, but they're kind of expensive. So yeah, I mean, all of these are actually not organic, which reminds me that I probably shouldn't try to ferment them because they were so cheap, but the flesh inside is going to be totally fine. So thank you for that reminder, Justy. Glad you said that. So here's my SCOBY. If you don't know what a SCOBY is, it is a symbiotic colony of yeast and bacteria. So it means it's a big blob of stuff that's living in your tea. It is a fermented tea. Kombucha actually is a fermented tea, and it was my New Year's resolution to make my own kombucha. And so I've been teaching you guys how to make it. People have shown me over and over again how to make it. This is not kombucha, by the way. People have shown me over and over again how to make it, and I've never made it myself. And so I decided it was time for me to jump in and make my own kombucha. And so here it is right here. We've been on SCOBY Watch. This is day 5. We started on January 1st, and this is day 5 of the SCOBY Watch. And let's see what Happy is doing in there today. Let's see how Happy is. Yesterday, we had a nice secondary SCOBY starting in the top. So, hey, look at that. He's actually towards the top today. Can you see that? There's Happy. That big piece right there is Happy. So he's floated up towards the top. And the secondary SCOBY is actually kind of like wrapped around him. That's kind of crazy. And then it looks like I have other little SCOBYs. You can't see these little white dots right here? Looks like I have other little SCOBYs growing right along the side over here. Healthy kombucha. This SCOBY is very happy. Absolutely. Yes. So we're going to taste it because yesterday it was super, super sweet. I have to tell you, today it doesn't smell like, oh no, it smells like kombucha. It totally smells like kombucha. Excited. Clean spoon always. Do not ever taste your kombucha when you're tasting it along. Do not taste it and then stick your spoon back down in there after it's been in your mouth, because you reintroduce different bacteria to it and you can actually kill your SCOBY. So if you're going to taste it multiple times, you have to use multiple spoons, and make sure that you can use a clean straw, absolutely, and make sure that your spoon, actually I try to use only metals in there. So yeah. A glass one? Yep. You never, I know there are people all over that say all different kinds of things. I think that metal mostly is because you don't want to, certainly don't want to leave it in there, like leave metal in there, because it will oxidize and kill your metal. But the other problem is that you don't want to damage your SCOBY. So you want something a little bit softer with softer edges. So yes, I know. And you know what? I can make everybody happy, including myself, and use my little spoon. I have this little wooden spoon. I actually bought it to do what I'm about to do, and I totally forgot about it until you guys just said that. See, you teach me something every day. So we're going to go around the SCOBY. We're going to try not to touch the SCOBY as we taste it. That's super important. Yeah, he's all over the top though. Okay, you got to see this. Hold on, I'll show you. Watch when I do this. See that right there? How he's kind of like gelatin. That sounds so lovely. Have some gelatin. See that? See how my spoon won't penetrate that? That is actually another SCOBY forming right on top. So I'm going to go along the side over here. Wow, it's all along the top. All along the top, sorry. I'm going to go right along the side there. Yeah, he's getting thick in there. Awesome. Try not to touch my SCOBY so much, so. Oh, I would say it's about half as sugary today as it was yesterday. We are darn close. Yesterday, I thought maybe we would be 6-7 days, but I bet you by tomorrow we are kombucha. Yeah, because it's about half the sugar content as it was. So awesome. We're doing good. I'm doing good. It's my first batch ever. And I'm doing good. I'm doing good with my SCOBY. Thank you, Happy. We're going to put your lid back on so you don't get any hair or weird stuff in you. So there you go. So there's SCOBY Watch 2016. I try to make it like a CNN story. SCOBY Watch 2016. Such a goofball. Such a goofball. I do go by taste, absolutely. Because here's the thing, it should have a tangy flavor. So if you've ever have you ever drinking anything? He does. I talk to him. He's alive. I tell him how beautiful he is and how sweet he is and how much I love him. He does have a family now, it's true. So, but if you've ever drank a bottle of just original kombucha from somebody, from a brand, you know it has that sweet, tangy taste. And so I'm going by taste in the fermentation. So I know what kombucha should taste like. And so that's what I'm going by. Yesterday, it was super sugary, like sugar, like really, really, really sweet tea. Today, I would say it's about half of that sugar content feeling. So he's actually feeding off of the sugar really, really well. And it has just a little bit of tang to it. It has way more tang to it than it did. So yes, I would always go by taste. You should stop fermentation at what taste level you like. You're always going to have that probiotic in there. So, I mean, if you're using a SCOBY from beginning, day one, you're going to have fermentation in there. So I have no idea, Lisa. That's like a foreign language to me. I have no idea. I missed that giant comment, Kat. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's how I've been taught, is to go by what it tastes like to you. You didn't care for it. I know. I'm sorry. A lot of people, it is typically not something that you taste and go, yay, that's yummy. I will tell him. Lolita, I'll tell him you can go get it from him in Fort Worth. He would love that. He would love to meet some of my viewers. So, yeah. Some of them are gross, absolutely. Like the ones that have flowery flavors, like rose flavored and lavender flavored and stuff like that. I cannot stand those. One of my favorites, whoa, sorry, I just kicked my camera stand. One of my favorites is GT brand. Hold on. This is the GT brand. This is the Synergy. And this is Gingerberry. Gingerberry is a great one to start off with. Look at all the SCOBY in that one. That one has tons of probiotics in it. When I shake it up, it'll be all throughout the drink. But this is a great one. Yeah, the mango one's not terrible. The originals can be... the originals can be a little off-putting. I can tell you, doing your own does not taste like that. They are not that tart. They're actually more sweet than tart, and I actually preferred my dad's kombucha over mine any old day. So the Cosmic Cranberry is super good. Yeah, I can't do the ones with chia. See... Yeah, I know. You just have to keep making more and more, right? I know. It's so good. It's so good. It's super good for you. I would recommend, there was a question on one of the Facebook groups that I'm a member of about how much kombucha to drink, and the fact that people who have candida, which is overgrowth of yeast in the body, should not be drinking kombucha because it could cause some cancer. Yeah. And that's awesome. I love that your kids love it. And I have read those articles actually about kombucha and the fear factor that people are trying to put in. Yeah, I know. I can't do it. I cannot do it with chia. I've tried. So, yeah, see, and a lot of people will say that, but I think the real key there is not to overdo it. You cannot drink you know, 2 of these a day. They're not sodas. They are not that kind of drink. They are to be drank in moderation, because it can actually disrupt the gut bacteria that you have in your body. If you eat kraut and you're drinking kombucha, you need to even do less kraut, less kombucha, because it can actually disrupt. So you need to be a little careful. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing, and especially in fermented foods. So you need to go, I would say, no more than 16 ounces of kombucha a day, ever, for anyone, ever. And I would say what drink, Lexi? We have like 3 here. And I would say 1 to 3 tablespoons of sauerkraut, fermented sauerkraut, in a day is more than enough for your body, that you don't even need a probiotic. You do not really need more than that. But that lactofermentation is, you want to be careful with it. You want to make sure that you're not overdoing it as well. Oh, this is kombucha. This is the Synergy brand. I'm sorry. I had kraut with my eggs this morning. So one of my favorite things, I'll be completely honest with you guys. Since Christmas, I kind of ate off my diet at Christmas. I ate off my diet a lot at Christmas. I actually had a couple of fast food meals because I can only get them in Texas, which is great because I don't want to eat them anywhere else. But I actually had a couple of fast food meals while we were there. Not terrible, but I did. I had a lot of sweets. I had maybe not as much vegetables. Yeah, it's super good. It's super good. This gingerberry is really, really good, Lexi. So you should try it. It's really, really good. I think you'd like it. Yes, Whataburger is one of them. That's because it's Robin's favorite. I could skip Whataburger, but Robin can't. And so to be nice and, you know, whatever, I would go with him. Lexi, you guys have Whataburger in Tucson too. Anyway, don't go there. Anyway, so I had like the little tiniest hamburger that they had and the little tiniest size of fries that they had. I didn't drink any soda, of course. And so, because of my diet over the holidays, my body has been a little inflamed. And so I have been avoiding most sugars for a couple of weeks until my body gets back. So I've not been having a lot of smoothies in the morning. And to help regulate that out, I have learned, I know the signs when my body has too much inflammation in it. I actually get breakouts on different parts of my body. I get breakouts. I get dandruff. I get, what else happens? Yes, I know. And so several things happen in my body that I get constipated. I mean, so I know that the inflammation is high in my body. So to battle that, and it's not dangerous. Like I'm not freaking out. Oh my God, I have inflammation. I just can tell that it is, and it's not comfortable. So I have been healing myself since we have been home with real whole foods. And so I haven't been doing a lot of sugar. So I've not been doing a lot of smoothies in the morning, just avoiding all kinds of sugars, fruit sugars included, although I do have a couple of pieces of fruit a day, but not in a big smoothie. And I've been eating eggs every single morning. And so I've actually come up with a couple of recipes that I'm anxious to share with you guys. I've been recipe developing this weekend, so I'm super excited. I do know what to do to get back in line. So I have been eating a lot of protein. I've been exercising, of course, drinking a lot of water, doing some lemon type detoxes and stuff like that. So yes, and so I have been eating eggs every single morning, 3 eggs every single morning. And this morning I was kind of in a rush, so I just scrambled them super fast, and I use olive oil to scramble them, and a little salt and pepper and a little garlic. And I decided as I was doing it, I was like, oh, this would be a great time to fit in my kraut. So I put kraut on my plate with my eggs, and it's one of my favorite things. And Happy New Year to you too. And I couldn't believe that I don't do this more often. It was so good. I used the Curatito, which is a Latin kraut that has a lot of spices in it. And I use that with my eggs. I didn't mix them together. I would just take a bite of kraut and put some eggs on it and take that bite together. It was ridiculous. I totally wanted to eat more kraut when I was done. I was like, I just want to keep eating this. It's so good. It was really, really delicious. So if you've not tried that, it's a great way to get kraut into your diet. So, because I know sometimes we struggle figuring out and how to get all of those Avocados cooked in ghee, placed in egg, center. Yes, I've seen that before. I've absolutely seen that. There you go. That's awesome. That's an awesome breakfast. Good for you. Yeah, so it is, it's working perfectly fine. Like my gut gets really bloated, my belly, like right in my midsection, it will get really bloated. And so when I have inflammation, and so, but that's all gone now and everything. And so I'm just on the last step of doing this and that's getting rid of the, poopy butt. So, you just joined just in time, Be Strong, just to hear me say poopy butt. So, but that's happening as well. But yes, it was kind of a struggle. I was like, man, was that worth it? I don't know if all that was worth it, but I have been eating beautifully this week. And that's good. And I have tons of energy. So I know, like, oh no. Yes. I do not add flavor. This is actually my first ferment, so you're welcome. This is my first ever making kombucha, so I haven't decided if I'm going to add flavor, but I have to tell you, home brew is actually a great, I actually like it without the flavor in it, so. What am I doing to detox? So I'm doing, actually, I don't think that detoxes are super great for you. I think that your body knows naturally what to do for itself. And so I think that detoxes can be super derailing in the system. And so I do not do I know some of you love detoxes. I am not big on detoxes. I think that it can throw you out, especially if you don't know what you're doing. It can throw your body chemistry out of balance in a heartbeat. So super, super careful. Always make sure that you have a coach or you're being guided. So don't do a lot of detoxes. So what I'm saying, yeah, I think it's great without it. So yes, flaky pastry. I just like it without it. So, but that's right. So I've been eating a lot of whole real foods. I have eliminated a lot of grains out. This is just temporary. I have eliminated a lot of sugars out. I'm drinking a lot of things and eating a lot of things with lemon in them. I am eating foods that I know are anti-inflammatory. So a lot of spices and, different fruits and vegetables that I know are anti-inflammatory. And I mean, I've been doing it for like, 5 days now, and my body's already responded. So when you get further into your health journey, you will know when something's out of whack, and you'll know how to fix it as well. So yeah, lemon essential oil, you could absolutely do that. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just simple changes, just going back to, my roots of eating, and through the holidays, I just don't stress about it. I just refuse to be a stress cadet about food anyway. If you guys know me, you know me well, and you know that I do not stress about food. I do not freak out if something's not available. If I can't get it organic, typically I won't buy it. That's the only thing that I usually freak out about, is that if it's a produce thing or it's meat or dairy, I won't buy it unless I can get it organic, except for those 99-cent pineapples. I went downtown on those, so bought them. Buying those. I'm just going to eat the meat. So yes, thanks to Chastity reminding me to only eat the meat. Yes, I don't know about that, but yes, lemon is super detoxifying. Cilantro helps get out heavy metals. So yes, there's all kinds of things that you can do naturally without going on a detox. Because if you're eating whole real foods, your body will actually detox itself naturally. So yes, it will start that. Yeah, I just made a cilantro drink, actually. This has got pineapple, it has cilantro, it has coconut milk, ginger, lemon, and coconut water, and it's delicious. Cilantro is great for that. Cilantro is best too when you blend it up in something, because it is not, when you blend something, don't call it pre-digestion. It is not pre-digestion. Yeah, no, it's super good. It's super tasty. It's really, really yummy. But don't call that pre-digestion. There's actually people that sell devices, they're emulsion machines and stuff, and I won't say who they are, but they'll say that it's pre-digesting the food. That is not what digestion is. It is part of the digestion process to chew your food, but that's not what pre-digested means. So So please don't think that if you blend it up and you break it down that you're getting anything different. What's happening is that, I mean, you could actually, this right here, you could actually probably chew because the pieces of cilantro are big in there, but it's not necessarily considered, or it's not considered pre-digestion. Digestion happens, it starts in the mouth, but it starts from the chewing, breaking the food down because your gut does not have teeth in it. So breaking it down with your teeth, that's why teeth are so important. It's why it's important that you have good sharp teeth, is breaking your food down. Then the saliva in your mouth starts further breaking down the food, and as it travels through your system, it does the other work. But it is important that you chew your food. But don't consider this pre-digested. There is no digestive enzymes other than probably from the pineapple in there that is going. It will aid in digestion, but blending it up does not mean that it's pre-digested. Just keeping that in mind. So, okay, what time is it? Woo! It's late. I had no idea I'd been here this long. You guys are so much fun. It's like a barrel of monkeys. Had no idea. So really quickly, I'm actually prepared today. I have my iPad right here. If you're not familiar with me, and this is your first time on my Periscope, thank you very much for being here. Thank you to all the replay viewers. Thank you guys for being here live and your awesome comments and everything that you do. I love you, love you, love you. If you're watching this because you wanted to know about health, that part is done. This is also for your health, but it's for your mental health. This is the inspirational part. I do believe that your health consists of many things. It is not just what you're putting in your body. It is also what you're putting in your mind, and it's also what you're doing to your body in forms of exercise. So now I can't exercise you, but I can feed you good food. I can show you how to get good food, and I can help you with your mental health. So today I was privileged to see a quote from a friend of mine, and I just thought it was so beautiful. And I read it, and I immediately posted it back out. So if you're not familiar with me on my personal site on Facebook, there I am. It's just a regular profile. Oops, and it's saying I have a notification. Kyle Kiddison is live. He's at McDonald's, he says. Anyway, so this is me, Leslie Nance. You're welcome to follow me at my personal page, as well as my as the Go To Kitchen page. Go To Kitchens has its own page as well. So here's the thought of the day that that my friend Lon put out, and it says, the thought of the day: the happiest people in life don't have the best of everything. They make the best of everything. How awesome is that? I love that. They don't have the best of everything. They make the best of everything. And good things come to those who have this type of gratitude. What a beautiful thought. I just think that that's so awesome. So you don't have to have everything perfectly perfect, things perfectly perfect. You just make the best of the situation. Whatever is dealt to you, whatever cards are dealt to you, you do have some control over that, but you also are in control of your thought processes about it. So you can roll around and be sad and be depressed and have all of these things, but it's better to just make the very best of whatever situation comes along. When cancer came along for me, it took me down. I was down and out for 2 months. I thought I was dying, and that's all I could think about. I couldn't think about anything else. I couldn't think about ever spending Christmas with my family again. I couldn't think about hitting another birthday. Yes, absolutely, Lolita. I couldn't think about anything. Cancer took me down for 2 months, and I could not find the light to save my soul. And when I say light, I mean the brightness that shines into your life and makes you who you are. And so I could not find my light at all. It was just sucked right out of me. And so at one point, I decided I need to make the best of this situation. I need to take cancer by the horns and say, you don't own me, I own you. You are a part of me, yes, and I don't want you there, but I own you. You have no control over me. You don't control my fear. You do not control my happiness. You do not control my life. You do not control what happens to me in the future. I am in control of that. So I made the very best out of a situation that was extremely dark and extremely negative. And so that is what you have to do. You have to look at the darkness and find the light. You are the light. You can shine light into dark spaces. Even in your own life, you can shine light into dark spaces. And learning this principle is so easy. And it starts with being in love with who you are. And this is why I wrote the book, How to Fall in Love with Your Kitchen and Yourself. That is why I wrote the book, because I think the first step in self-love and self-care and all of those things that people are talking about right now begins right here in the kitchen. That's where you start that journey, is right here in the kitchen. You start changing these and all of those mindsets. That's right. That's right. All of those mindsets that you have that are negative and dark will start to change. Why? Because you start feeling better. You feel better. Your confidence level goes up. You don't have all the aches and pains. You don't have all of the worry about what might happen. You know, am I going to get cancer, or do I have cancer, or whatever? All of those things start to dissipate. Cancer does not, I'm a cancer survivor. I had cancer in my body, growing a tumor. Cancer does not scare me at all. I'm not fearful about going to the doctor. I do not roll around at night thinking, oh my gosh, what if cancer comes back? I could easily do that. I could absolutely easily do that. I could feel a pity party for the virus that I just had. I had a virus all summer called the parvovirus, and it gives you arthritis type symptoms. It's still in my body, which is why I think I had so much inflammation around Christmas. It's still in my body. And I still fight it every single day, and it's much better. I'm getting better and better and better and better and better. I mean, I couldn't even make a fist. My hands were so arthritic, I could not even make a fist. It was not there one day, it was there one morning, and it was diagnosed as called the parvovirus, which is what dogs get. I've had it since June, and now we're in January, and so it's been plaguing me, and I could make the worst of it. I could be like, oh, you know, oh my gosh, poor me, you know, I don't feel like doing anything, and I said, no, 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 no. Cancer didn't get me. This is not going to get me. Not to think that there are not times that I go, is this going to go on forever? Am I going to have this for the rest of my life? Do you? Oh my gosh, I've never met anybody else that's had it. That's amazing. Kathy, I didn't know that you had parvovirus. Yeah, it's tough stuff. It is really tough. It took me down. I mean, for like those first 3 months, I could hardly get out of bed. I would cry in pain trying to get out of bed. So, oh wow. That's like the worst. I'm so sorry. I didn't know exactly. I've never asked you exactly what you were dealing with. So yeah, no, it's so painful. And I have flares still every once in a while. So yeah, no, you just keep moving. I would do yoga, and I would do yoga with tears, like, come in, you can ask Robin. I would have tears in my eyes because good, awesome. Yeah, no, I am doing much better now. I am. I hope you are. But I could hardly do yoga. I could hardly do the things that I was used to. I gained like 10 pounds, which is unlikely for me. I've almost lost it all now, but I gained like 10 pounds because I couldn't exercise. So now I'm back on the treadmill. I'm back to running. I'm going to start Zumba classes again coming this Saturday. Actually, I'm going to start at my Zumba again, which I'm super excited about because I love Zumba. I love Zumba. Anyway, I know it's like so not cool to love Zumba anymore, but I totally love Zumba. That shows my age right there. I love Zumba. Anyway, so I'm going back to do that, and I'm super excited because I feel like I can. The only thing I have trouble with right now is in my shoulders. Both shoulders still have the inflammation and the pain in them, but the rest of me, it's all gone. But my feet swelled up to like sausages. When you guys first started watching me back in the summer, if you saw my feet, you'd be like, oh my God, my feet swelled up like sausages. If you watch some of my first periscopes, you'll see that my hands were very stiff. They were like this. I couldn't straighten. So I tried to show, I do like this, and it was like, yeah, I need to go see my chiropractor. He could probably help me with my shoulder pain. It's like stupid. It hurts. I can hardly raise my hand above my head. Like taking on and off clothes is very, very difficult. So yes, but I could let that get me down. I could let that ruin my whole summer. I could let that ruin. We went to Hawaii. I was in the middle of it. We went to Hawaii. I went surfing. I was like, I'm just totally going surfing. I can get through this. I can do this. But to keep that attitude flowing and to keep that light going, I think made me even heal faster. So yes. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Absolutely. I use essential oils every day. I know, mean old virus, stupid old, mean old, dumb old virus. It's funny because I'm always wondering, sorry, I'm going to have a conversation with Kathy just real quick here, but and you guys are privy to it. But Kathy, I'm always wondering about how many people are diagnosed with like an autoimmune or a, RA or something like that, and it's just this virus, and they could fight it differently. So yeah, I'm always super curious about that because it's not very well known. Very few people are actually diagnosed with it. I know, me too. I found it. My doctor didn't even test me. I was getting tested for everything. I was getting tested for that funky mosquito disease, chikungunya or whatever it is. No, yeah, I did too. I only thought dogs. I had a dog that had it actually once, and I know where I got it. I actually can put my finger on. I can actually put my finger on who I got it from. Bye, Lexi. Yeah. See you later. Absolutely. Have a good day at work. So yeah, but I know who I got it from. I mean, I know where I got it from a child, and I don't want to, put a child underneath the bus because it's not his fault. But I know where I was exposed to it. So children get a disease called the fifth disease. You guys have seen children with the little ruddy cheeks, and they look like they have a constant fever, or like they just don't feel well really for about a week. So it's like chicken pox when you get it when you're a child. I don't want you running around being scared of parvovirus, by the way. It does not affect very many people, but, and typically most of us have had it when we were children. It is not foot and mouth disease, actually. It's called the fifth disease. Yes. Yeah, me too. Totally negative. They were like, your joints are beautiful. I'm like, well, they don't feel beautiful. They hurt like crap. So it is, when children get it, yes, it's called fifth disease. When children get it, it actually puts them down. Most of them don't even stop being active, but it just kind of makes them feel slightly under the weather, and they'll get this rashy red cheeks. And most of us have had it when we were young, and we didn't even know it. So like you could have had it and you didn't even know that you had it because it doesn't have a huge effect on children. Some children, if they're young, that make them really sick. So, but I was exposed to a child, and my mom said, when I talked to my mom about it, she's like, oh my gosh, we knew lots of people, lots of children that had that, and I kept you away from them so that you wouldn't get it. And I was like, dang, wish I would have got it when I was a kid. Because once you have it, you have the antibodies in your body. It's like chickenpox or measles. You'll never get it again. And so the good news is for Kathy and I is that we have it now and we can't ever get it again. So yeah, but it's about a year process to heal from it as an adult. So as an adult, it is hugely personified, and it makes it cause arthritis symptoms and swelling in the body. So my wrist, I couldn't get my rings on for like 3 or 4 months. I was incredibly inflamed, and I'm not kidding you when I say I went to bed one night and I was completely fine, and I woke up the next morning and I could not, I guess I sleep with my hands in a fist, probably because I'm ready to punch somebody if they try to get me. I'm totally kidding. I don't know why I do that, but I sleep with my hands in a fist. And I woke up the next morning and I tried to straighten my hands and they were like this. I could not get them straight. And I was like, Robin, something's wrong. And he was like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know, but I am in a lot of pain and I do not know what's going on. And so it went from my hands, it started my hands, went from my hands to my wrist, from my wrist to my feet and my ankles, and then it went to my knees and my hip joints and then my elbows, and then it's finally ended up in my shoulders, and my shoulders are much, much better, but they still have some pain in them. So, and my hands still have a slight bit of pain, but not much. But when I ate off my diet and had sugar and a lot of grain, like a lot of white flours and stuff like that, and cakes and cookies and stuff like that, I inflamed very quickly. So yeah, so I've just been battling that for the last couple of days, and it's fine. I'm much better again. So yeah, cutting the smoothies out to just try to heal up, getting lots of protein, because protein is your healing nutrient. So getting lots and lots of protein. Careful not to overdo it though. So anyway, oh my God, that was like a long rant about parvovirus. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to bore you. Okay, I mean, some of you have left and like, I gotta go to work, lady. See you later. So please watch the replay. If you've gotten this far on the replay, congratulations. I should like send you a prize or something because this was a really long scope. So But please, if you need to see the recipe and you're just joining us, please go check out the replay. There's an amazing recipe in there. We talk all about pineapples and why you should be eating them. So there you go. You guys have an amazing afternoon. Tomorrow, Thursday and Friday is going to be a little skittish for me. I will probably pop on quickly, say hello, maybe say a few healthy words. Yeah, you too. Thanks, Sonia, for being here. Love you. Say a few healthy words and then pop off again, because we start filming tomorrow late morning, and we film all day tomorrow, all day Thursday, and part of Friday. So we have 2 full days and 1 half day. So thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm going to be a little bit in a crazy mode, but I will show you guys the house. So be sure and catch my scopes while I'm in the house. Tomorrow I'll show you the studio kitchen that we're filming in. It is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. All right. Thank you guys so much. Love you. Love you. Love you. Have an awesome afternoon. Remember to make the best of everything. I know it was. It's true. It's true. Yeah, I love you guys too. I know it's going to be exciting. I'm super excited. I am ready for tomorrow. I can tell you that. Many blessings to you too. Thank you, Lolita. Thank you. Thank you for all your good thoughts. I appreciate all your prayers and thoughts about tomorrow. It's super good. I'm getting pumped up and fired up about this filming. I've done it before. Now it's time to do it again, and I'm ready. I'm ready. So, all right. Love you guys. Have a great afternoon. Bye.